So the first tournament here in Tokyo has now been beaten, and that was the Ginza tournament. And now, before we get on with our next tournament in this game, I want to give this Nissan Skyline a couple of Tokyo races to do so I can more or less get used to the way it handles. This is of course the Nissan Skyline. Many of you who are fans of street tuning will of course know that this car is an instant classic and basically wasting a ton of money so this car can be about as good as it'll get performance wise. And although acceleration isn't very good, what is good however is its top speed and its handling, because this car is also four-wheel drive. And I think what I'm going to do here is I'll put on, let's go graphics and we'll see what that does. You know what, I'm just going to put on the first one I saw, which is this one. I mean, we are in Japan after all, so I might as well give the Japs some sort of credit. Japs, by the way, is a nickname for the Japanese. I am trying my hardest to be about as friendly as I can be. And innocuous, if you will. Yeah, that'll work. And I think I do have some of the license plates here that might actually work. I want to actually use one of the Rockstar license plates if I can find it. Even though I did technically win this car in San Diego, so that's why the California license plate is on there. And should be somewhere in here. I do quite like those colour changes though on the license plates. Is there a Japanese license plate on here somewhere? Let's see. Nope, doesn't look like it. Oh well. You know what, I'll just put on the dub license plate, just so it has something on there. And let's go with Nissan on the front. I am kind of wasting our time here just customizing this thing. I'll put Nissan on the front. Yeah, why not? And on the rear, I will go with something aftermarket related, and I will choose, let's go with I don't mind that Razzie livery. Yeah, Predator Motorsport, that'll do. And okay, I think that's pretty much everything I can do from that side of things, and might as well put at least one sponsor on the side. Let's go with, I'll put on, if I can find it, let's go with yeah, let's go with Pirelli. Okay, so I think that's pretty much the decals side of the customization done. And I think on the rear I'll put on the dub badge, and I will just put on a neon now, since I have pretty much wasted a fair share of your time by doing this. Let's go Yeah, let's go with the red livery, and I'll give it level 1 flashing. Okay. And as for the nitrous, I will make that... yeah, just so it stands out with its individualism. Yeah, why not? Okay, I think that's pretty much everything I want to do to this thing for now. I will probably do more tuning as we go along, but this is at least a start. So there we go. So now that I have spent 5.5 minutes of your time customizing this thing, let's actually get on with some more racing now.
Now you really have no excuses. She'll fly like the wind.
And I will head down to this one first. Alleyway Rush. Our first... oh, yep. It's probably going to take me a few minutes to get used to this thing, but... again... because I am technically using... basically the most iconic... Japanese import ever, the excuses I have are quite minimal. Even though I will be doing more customization to this thing as we go into the next tournament, and oh boy, it's an unordered race, which means there is going to be chaos. But we'll wait and see what happens. I guess it must be based on the speed of the car, more or less. And diving over to the right-hand side. So I can immediately... yep, this is chaos at its worst. Okay, restarting. And on the brakes, and basically we're more or less doing a slalom here through this part of the course. And at the moment, not doing very well, but I am convinced in saying that I can at least give myself enough of a shot to maybe bolster my chances of winning, if I can somehow stay out of trouble long enough. And I'm not going to miss the alleyway this time, because I need to take that. And going hard on the throttle, and there we go. I win! A few tries later, over Walker, Haruna, Monica, and who was the other guys? Shota and Ayano.
Yeah, friend. Now that's what I'm talking about.
I'm sure it is, Tomoda. Anyway, first race down. Let's now get through our other 4 races. You know what, I'm gonna do this one next. It seems like my closest target. I might as well head over there whilst I'm at it, because I can do that. And there it is, Tokyo Tour. And where if I win, I will get $16,000. Just sipping my water again, as you can probably hear through the filter. But nonetheless, here we go. Time now for race number 2, which I am doing in the Tokyo Races. Well, didn't exactly nail it, but it's better than what I thought it was going to be at least. But anyway, I am now out in front with one other guy. And making sure I don't miss the turn-off, and also using zone to put my car in a good enough position to at least stay in contention. And currently I'm not doing too badly, but whether that stands or not is something only time can contradict. Whether it thinks I'm good enough to win this or not. But at least I'm closing in on the leader, which is one thing that I have on my side. And doing that, and using zone again because I can. There was nothing I could have done to avoid that crash than what I already did. The accident was not avoidable, because it basically looked like I was going to wreck myself regardless of whether I avoided it or not. Oh, yeah, that probably didn't work out for me very well. Well, at least I'm in a better position than most. And the finish line is right up ahead. Can I manage to stay out of the wall, please? Yes, I can. And this time, I get it done. I put up a much better second attempt compared to a terrible first attempt. So Lucius finishes second, Chris in third. Is anyone else going to make it to the finish? Hunter makes it to the finish. As does AOI and Tyler. I think that's all of us. Okay, moving on.
Okay, friend, that's a win, but don't let it go to your head.
I think there were 6 of us here, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, money's money, and winning's winning. So let's get our replay now. Because I am driving a Skyline after all. Yeah, I probably downshifted a little early there, but because I missed the first corner so atrociously last time, I figured it was at least worth it for me to be on the brakes early. Which is ultimately what I wound up doing. because I actually need to keep myself on the brakes. And I think that's more or less what I did. Of course, this car will probably look a bit different by the time I have given it its body customizations. But then again, I am doing this to get decent footage. Even though I did hit the wall a few times, but luckily it wasn't enough to stop me from winning. Which is eventually what I did. Again, there was nothing I could have done to avoid the accident that was occurring there. I basically got collected in the aftermath of that one, from what I could see. Okay, I think that'll do it now. So 2 races down with my Nissan SkylineGT-R R34, and we still have another 3 races to go in this segment, because that is what I do. So, let's see. Okay, so we've got Shinjuku Circuit. So we've got Shinjuku Circuit. Asakusa Strip. Ginza Excursion, Crossroads, Sewer Run, and Train Race. I'll do this one next because it's the closest. Yep. Okay. Well, anyway. I continue. I can definitely say this car has got supreme handling. Even though it doesn't really help me, considering the competition my car has been up against. Anyway, onto Ginza Excursion. As I am yawning. I say that whilst I'm yawning. Anyway, here we go. Let's see how we go. Hopefully we can do well. Yeah, I probably wouldn't have been happy with my previous attempt even if I did win it, because, well, the game decided to throw a glitch at me in the middle of the race, and basically it would have more or less ruined the footage of what was realistically in front of me. And I know that I would have probably got some complaints about that one glitch in the video footage. And my car gets spun around, literally. And the car almost decides not to do a 3-point turn. Which probably didn't help matters either. But I'm here to try, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep trying until I get there, basically. And using zone, now on the brakes, about as hard as I can go on the brakes. And now I'm right behind the leader, more or less. If I can catch him, that is... Okay. And I do catch him, which is pretty awesome in my opinion. Okay. And gonna use zone again, so I don't miss the alleyway, which I am taking. And so far, so good. As I am holding on to the race lead and using nitrous right at the end, as I beat Zan to the line by a few tenths. And Chris comes home third, followed by Ryota in fourth, and I might as well wait for the rest. And Haruna finishes in fifth. I think that's all of us. Anyway, let's move on.
Alright, you just schooled them Tokyo fools.
Yeah, I think that was all of us. Anyway, I win the Ginza Excursion, and that's now 3 races down, with my Nissan Skyline. So now, I just have 2 races left to do, and then I will get on.
Looks like those crazy chopper riders are looking for someone to enter the tournament, and it looks like they've picked you.
So we've now done 13 races, from what I know, here in the Tokyo races, and we have now unlocked ourselves another tournament. The Chopper of America tournament. And I will of course be focusing on that another day, but before then, I will be moving on to the Shinjuku circuit, because I get 15 grand if I win that race. It'd really help if I could stop running into the pillars. That would really help. But anyway, I go and move on. Onto the Shinjuku circuit, we now do. And where if we win this, we will get 11 grand. I'm also pretty sure that's an Infiniti GX45 I just saw there, in that loading screen. Anyway, here we go. Myself against a bunch of Cadillacs, mostly. Okay, well, I think it's 2 Cadillacs and 2 Jambalas. That's what I'm up against for this one, from what I know. And taking the alleyway. And, yep, I missed the turn off. I basically run straight into the fucking car park entrance. Anyway. Okay. I think I might be familiar with this circuit race as well, if I'm not mistaken. I think there was actually a race called the Shinjuku Circuit in Midnight Club 2. I think I might be familiar with that one. There's a few names around here that I am familiar with. Although that could just be me. But anyway. Let's see how we do. And yep, I completely missed the shortcuts. Okay, anyway. Closing back in on the leaders, because I know they are giving me because I know they are giving me a very hard and violent time. To somehow work my way through a lot of these corners. Okay, I am doing well. And up to this point, I would say I'm doing quite well. Oh, I missed the shortcut again. But it doesn't matter because I still get the win over Hunter. By less than a second. Terry finishes third. Then it is Tomoko in fourth. And T-Bone finishes in fifth. Okay, whatever.
You must be rolling in money, friend.
Honestly, I think at this point I might just be rolling in money. Still, I did not think I was going to win that race first try. I mean, the other ones I've done up to this point, they have gone past the first try for me to be successful in beating them. But anyway, there we go. Now, I will do one more race. And because I don't want to be caught out by the money again, I will go for the lower option instead. Crossroads. And immediately I steer straight into a building. Well, we'll see how we do. On now to what should be the 5th and final Tokyo race that I do with the Nissan Skyline. Because I can do that. Also because this is technically a Class C car that I am using here. Okay, and off to a decent start. I think I can tell what we're going to be doing here. We are more or less approaching crossroads after all. But the only thing I really need to do here is stay on the road. If possible. Yep, okay. I was not ready for that sudden turn off. I really wasn't. And taking this alleyway because I need to, so I can maintain my straight line speed, and on the brakes, and heading up onto the railroad tracks as I manage to dodge all the trains, and heading off the train tracks again. And now, I think we have a good shot at winning, if I can manage to keep my car on the road long enough and not run into anything from here on out. Okay, 2 checkpoints to go. In the 5th and final Tokyo race I am doing with the Nissan Skyline. And then after that, we can just get on with the Unbeatable Street Racers tournament. Because I figure that is a decent send-off point. And using zone again so I don't miss the turn-off. And there we go. I win! 2 in a row on my first attempt, baby. over Hunter, Ayano, Walker, and... hey, where's the other guy? And... Hiroki.
What'd I tell you? He was raising a young punk.
Right. So, there we go. I'm also pretty sure I did record a replay from earlier on, so I don't really need to worry about that. But there we go. That's now another 5 races done here in Tokyo. And we are now 30% complete with the Tokyo Challenge mode. Because the Tokyo races do count towards overall progress in terms of unlocking the tournaments. But next time, we have got to go and do the unbeatable street racers who have returned to Tokyo. And that is what we will be doing next time on Midnight Club 3.